I have a new permission today through a friend. It's a piece of rental property, and this old house here, I think it was built around 1880, and it used to be the local asylum. It doesn't quite look like a asylum, but when I picture an asylum, I think of an old creepy building with gurneys and a long basement going to some other known place. But I guess they had it in a house back in the day. So anyhow, I'm gonna hunt this yard and see what I can find. The first thing I found different in this yard, a Canadian penny from 1985. I did the whole front apron here, so the little tiny apron here, and it yielded nothing but you know, change, quarters, dimes, pennies, no wheats, nothing amazing. So I'm starting to work the yard now. The road's extremely busy and noisy, and I don't see there's going to be a lot on this front yard or the side, but I'm going to check it anyhow. So I think the good stuff's going to be in the back and maybe on the side of the house. It's a good sized backyard. Some of it's fenced off for the dog. I think I'll be able to get in there, but let me keep at it. I'm working the side of the house now, where the AC unit would be. Not very many people would travel. And next find of the day is a little tiny airplane. Kind of looks like the Concorde. Now, I found one not long ago, this year, the same exact one, about a quarter mile away, which is about probably 50 houses away from here, next street over. What's the odds? Finally got an older coin, still on the side of the property here. It's a wheat penny, and it's a 19, I think that's a 1917. Yes, it is 1917 wheat. Okay, so I guess there's a few old things here. Let's see if I can find some more. Next, find another wheat penny. I made it finally to the front by the sidewalk here. It's a 1910. That is nice, very nice. I think it's my first 1910. Last week was my first 1909. Next thing they found is a spoon. This rang up a 15, so I'm guessing it's going to be stainless. Let's see. Yep, stainless. Was there a name? No name. Nice looking spoon. It's reusable. I did the whole side of this house over here, and now I'm working the apron. And next find is a Matchbox car. I'm not sure. I think I found this one before. Maybe not. I don't know. It's starting to all look the same now. This yard has a lot of sand in it. See all that? It's like you can see the crystallization there, and then the dirt that's basically like a compost dirt. The stuff is real soft. So my theory is this yard has a lot of fill in it. This would have been had a swell in it back in the day, and then they went over the top of it. Part of it was crushed stone where they would park cars. This backyard here looks awful fluffy. So I don't know, some of that looks like original dirt there. Some of that looks real old. But see how it's low here, and it comes up to like a newer sidewalk. There's some old to it. But this yard's definitely had some fill in it. So I'm not finding exactly what I was thinking I was gonna find here. But I still haven't done the backyard yet, so I may not get my hopes up yet. Alright, I think I found something old. It's bent. It was fairly deep, and the soil looks right. I'm gonna have to toothbrush this. That's so far interesting looking. I'll get right back with you. Alright, this is getting kind of interesting here. Definitely a piece of hardware. And this piece right here looked like it might have twisted something open. I don't know. Maybe could have been a dresser pole. But that's definitely 1800s right there, Victorian. Very, very nice looking. Still on the apron here, and I got a huge piece of lead. Nothing stamped on it. It's probably made for repairs, for patching or something like that. It looks like I see a little drip mark here. Could have been for repairing gutters back in the day. Used to use copper. This would seal it up nice. Well, good news is I was having problems with this pinpointer, this 35, and I didn't know that there was a factory reset on it. So I was getting frustrated with this. This thing just was not acting right. I mean, you put it up too high and it started getting jittery and jerky and stuff. But I did the factory reset on it, and it's been acting fine all day. So that's a good thing. It's a toss-up between which is my favorite, this or the Garrett Carrot. But I like the slenderness of this because on soft ground like this, I can push it down into the ground and then see how far I need to dig. You know, if I don't touch it, then it means I got to dig deeper. But this Pro Finder's 35 is pretty good. Alright, I think I got a mystery find. This was ringing up huge. Like I couldn't even pinpoint it. It's a huge solid piece of brass. Like a pendulum or something. I don't know what it's made out of. Sucker's black. It's got like some green here, I think. That's interesting. I have to say that it's old. And I'm getting a metal cap off of probably like toothpaste or something like that. I come across these time to time. Never really filmed one before, but still not very much in this yard. And this yard looks like it's been brought up about a foot in especially the middle here, so it's going to be hard detecting. Might not yield very much here. I'm not sure what this is. It's part of a matchbox cut or something. Might have been a part of a tractor. Yeah, there's no more of it, and that's it. I would think it was probably a backhoe. Maybe. Let's find an interesting looking lock. Look at the size of that sucker. Holy Moses. Sucker's heavy. You know, actually, I'm not too far from the railroad. Literally. You go across the street behind the backyards of those houses. This might have came off of a train. It says ERR. Boy, it's a big lock. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's been cut. Look at that. Yeah. Big lock. Down there fairly deep too, I'd say about almost a foot. I haven't found one of these in a while. A thimble. I'm not sure if it's silver or not. It's heavy, but it's also packed with dirt. It's got some fancy on there. I like that. Look at that. It's got some kind of little writing right there. Oh, it's sterling. Look at that. Beautiful. It's not even crushed. That went off at a 40. To be honest with you, I should probably check this hole again because I can't believe this thing would ring a 40, but it's a thimble and it's sterling silver. Beautiful, beautiful. Glad to have that. I just dug this up. Looks like a foot, I think. A shoe? I can't find the rest of it, that's all that's left. Look at that. That's a beautiful bell right there. Not even broken. I'm going to see if the ding-a-linger's in there. I bet you it's still in there. Do a little cleaning. Nothing. Let's see, maybe it's in a plug. Nope. But it's still pretty cool.
Lilo!
Next find is this thing.
I don't know. Wait.
I have no idea what it is.
It's a bolt. Kinda.
It's a kind of something. I've never found one of these before. Interesting. Okay, I got an overload tone, and I've dug a hole. Wait till you see this. And I had a couple kids helping me. See how far that sucker goes in there? It's got to be 2 feet plus deep, and it goes onto an angle. So I ended up finding a bunch of pottery, and it's kind of like this. Dish, and another dish, and then some pottery. Look how old it is. One of these pieces actually has the hallmark on it. Let's see. There's teacups in here. You see the hallmark?
This one.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Ironstone, China. OPC or OP Corporation. And then it came with a spoon. I don't know what it is. I keep finding all these spoons, but I hardly ever find forks or knives. It's definitely silver plated, I think. It's got me wondering here, but I think it's silver plated, but it's got a whole lot of fancy on it. Until this sucker cleans up. I mean, whoever, I mean, look at that. Look at the neck on this thing. It's like a rope. Very, very, very nice. This is the type of stuff I like looking at. I mean, wait until this thing is cleaned up. Ended up getting another spoon. Another silver plated. This one's smaller. I don't think it's the same variety, but I think this is another thimble. Yeah, it is. This one's crushed. It's probably aluminum. Looks like there's some writing on there. A lot of these thimbles from back in the day had advertising written on them. And one says War State. I don't know. I'll clean it up later and find out. But that's the second thimble for today. This yard is definitely a lot of fill. You can just see the sand in here, and it might have been plowed a little bit. A lot of pottery, a lot of old stuff in here. Definitely some old glass. But everything is deep, and like for instance that thimble, I don't think it's silver, but it rang up like a 40, and my 6 can't even really pinpoint it, so I'll hear these sounds and I just got to dig wild, and sometimes they're off a little bit. But this yard's a little wacky. Every yard has its own little niche of weirdness to it, and this one surely has some weird things going on in it. It's just everything is deep and just hard to get to. But I'll keep going. I still got a lot more to do, and there's a lot of targets here. This soil is also very rich and hot. Alright, I got something big and round.
What do you say, Sammy? What do you say?
It almost looks like a yin and a yang, but I don't think so. I think it's a big S or something. That's interesting. It's definitely period too, so that's not kind of kid's toy that was dropped here. This meant something back in the day. Yeah, I'll clean it up later and then show you it all nice and clean. Next find of the day is a little tiny Hot Wheels car. It's probably not made by Hot Wheels, but definitely a cool little small item. Look at a big old 4x4. And the relics keep coming. Old vintage house key. I think it says Cold Nation. Cold Nation. And finding another key, but only parts of a key. And it's a little bit more modern. That's not that old. I haven't looked at this yet. I just pulled it out. But it looks interesting. I believe this would be part of a rosette. You can see in the back where the lead used to be. Lead used to sit on here. That would be a rosette off of a horse. That's cool. Wait until that's cleaned up. It looks like it might be a sunflower, maybe a daisy, carnation. I love stuff like this. Man, if I could just dig stuff like this up all day, I'd be a happy man. I haven't pulled it yet, but I believe I got a silver ring. At least a ring. I don't know if it's silver or not. Yeah, it's silver. That's real cool. Very nice. Looks like a toe ring. I'll clean it up and we'll get a hallmark out of it. Might be able to see it now, actually. I see something there. Let me rub my finger in there real quick. Oh, there it is. 925. Two pieces of silver for today. Alright, next find. I got pieces of a lantern. I'm starting to get these a little bit more regular now. Not in this yard, but last few hunts. It's period. Ended up pulling up Another matchbox. That's a fancy one. Looks like a girl's matchbox. Hot Wheels. Well, I'm not going for a record breaker because the yard's almost done. I got another toy. Hot Wheels matchbox car. China, I don't know. That's a weird looking one there. Futuristic. But I don't know how many that's for today. But that's a bunch of them. Alright, it's been a bit since I found anything. I've been talking to the landowners for a bit. And I get into talking. Time will fly by quick. Because I'm a talker. But anyhow, I found this. And I found one of these before a long time ago. A ring on a ring. But the other ring goes horizontal versus vertical. I have no idea what this goes to, but this is the second one I've ever found. Anyone have an idea what this could be? I'd be real interested to know. While I was digging a nail out, I ended up finding this. It's like made out of porcelain. It's missing a full leg and a half. I'll clean it up real quick, see what it looks like. She kind of looked like Tinkerbell almost, but it looked like she got a banana peel on her head, holding a baby deer, a lamb, and she might have been an angel, or those are wings. Maybe she was a fairy. I think that's what she was, a fairy. That's pretty. I think I found another ring. I haven't popped it yet. It don't look like silver. It ain't a ring. I got fooled. It's an old thermometer. This might be my last target of the day. It's getting kind of dark out. I'm not sure what time it is. Been here a few hours. And I just pulled up a Swiss Army knife. That's a pretty cool find. Not extremely old, but hey, it's a knife, right? Very cool. It might actually, it's late on the borderline now. It might actually work again. Well, I'll clean it up and figure it out. But I don't have very much yard left, and I hit pretty much all the hot spots. But it's a heck of a haul today. I don't know if this is going to be a one video or two video, but there's a lot of finds today just in this little piece. And I thought in the beginning for sure that I wasn't going to find anything, but you just never know. Well, let me swing a little bit more, but this might be it. I said that it would be my last haul, but on the way back I have to keep swinging, so I ended up finding a wheat penny. I'm underneath a bush. That would have been a spot where there's probably less fill, and it's kind of like almost on top of, I don't know what year it is, it's so dark. I have no idea. I'll figure it out when I get home. Yeah, the street lights are on, so it's getting dark. Wrap up to today's video. Ended up getting $1.59 in clad. 85 penny from Canada. 1910, 1917, 1937 wheat penny. Got ironstone china. The stamp that's on here predates 1870. Here's another one. This one here dates around the 1920s, possibly earlier a little bit. Ended up getting a Swiss Army knife. Ended up getting this lock off of East Railroad Company. This would have probably came off one of the switch boxes for the tracks. Also, sometimes they put these on the cargo trailers. This one's been cut. I ended up finding this interesting thing. I found a couple of these metal detecting. I think I even found one here at my house. I'm not sure what that goes to. Found two porcelain over steel bowls. The kids really wanted me to dig this up. They wanted to see what it was. I was going to leave it, but because of them making me dig this up, they eventually found the porcelain, all the broken porcelain from this stuff here that was down in that hole. And my metal detector did not pick this up. This is a silver-plated spoon with a lot of fancy on it. I put this back in a hole and went over the top of it. I couldn't detect it. It was way too deep. Way too much fill in that yard. The hole was over 2 feet deep. It was like digging a grave. But there's a lot of fanciness to the bowl. A lot of cracking. Make it look old. This is part of a drawer pull off of probably a dresser. Real fancy. This side here, if this was whole, would have been identical over here. And then it would have been a piece that went over there. I ended up getting a big S. It's on brass. There's no hallmark on it, so I have no idea what it was. I thought maybe it was a rosette, but there's nothing to indicate there was lead back here, so I don't know. But I did get a rosette. This is a flower rosette. You see where the lead used to be. That's a nice piece. I don't get too many of those. I end up getting some kind of weird funky foot. That's all the remains of whatever doll or statue that was. A bell, no dinger in it. Some kind of hose piece. This piece here, I don't know if it's a part of a pendulum to a grandfather clock, part of a cane. One of them pieces, the mark when you're building houses to make sure you're on point. But I'm almost thinking it could be a buggy brake. There's a pin here and a pin up there that would have locked in whatever that was. But it could be a buggy brake. I'm not sure. 6 Matchbox cars or Hot Wheels. Part of a oil lantern. This is, I believe, modern. It's a fairy holding, I think it's a deer, a lamb, I'm not sure. Old fuse. Key. I find these a lot, but never showed it before. There would have been creams or some kind of magic potions from back in the day. This is lead. All this is lead up here. Would have been off of a tube. This is a thimble, advertisement one. It's too corroded to really read anything. Another thimble. This one here is sterling. It's a size 8. I do need to straighten it out. Look at that, nice and straight. Ended up getting a 925 silver ring. Very small kid's ring or toe ring. And what else? That's just about really it. I do have a big bag here of the pottery that was down in that hole. And the guy that I'll be giving this stuff to, he might be interested in it. But that was about 6 hours. And it was a lot of fun. I'm sure there would have been way more coins, older stuff. But the yard had over 2 feet of fill. They might have even scraped the yard before too. None of that made any sense. It probably was a type of yard that might have held water. It was low. They probably scraped and then put that new soil in there, which has a lot of sand for drainage. They were able to drain off all the excess water. That's my guess. This is pretty much the only thing I could find there. I think it was a good haul for 6 hours. It was a lot of fun and exercise. Some of the kids that go to school with my daughter, they were watching me learning, and I was describing to them how things would detect in this yard and what I was picking up, and I was guessing, and they were having fun digging. So it was a good time. I've saved these old bowls. I think these will look nice in the studio. Same with this pottery. But until next week, if you like, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll definitely see you next week. Thank you.